Today on the channel, a new era begins in our Jakks Classic Superstars deep dive videos, as today we take a look at Series 1 of the Deluxe Classic Superstars. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for our continuing saga of the Jakks Classic Superstars series. Over a year and a half, we've been talking Jakks Classic Superstars here on the channel, so hopefully you've subscribed by now. If not, I'll wait, get it done. But as you guys know, over a year and a half of Jakks Classic Superstars videos, go back in my playlist. You can check them all out as we go series by series, line by line, figure by figure. You too could be a Jakks Classic Superstars expert. And if this is your first time to the channel, hey, make sure you subscribe like I said. But you came at a good point, as today we're kicking it off with Jakks Classic Superstars, the Deluxe Classic Superstars, Series 1, the Toys R Us exclusive. So we're going to go through the next month and a half talking Deluxe, maybe about 2 months actually, talking the Deluxe Classic Superstars figures. In my eyes, one of the most forgotten toy lines in the Jakks pantheon of figures, I would say, for wrestling, as these are big time heavy hitters. You're going to see in this set we talk about today possibly one of the heaviest hitter lineups of all time. If somebody came out with Mattel Elite Series 100, I think a lot of people would say, I'd love to see this set as Mattel Elite 100. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think people would like it. But an amazing set, and as you guys know, Jakks, near and dear to my heart, near and dear to your heart, as that's probably why you're watching this video. But the Deluxe Classics were a Toys R Us exclusive, and you always go back in the Wayback Machine as we do on these videos. I like to give the history of where the world was. I know some people say, get right to the figures. That's not what I do on this channel, as you guys are fully aware. We always talk about things. We talk about the packaging, all that kind of fun stuff. And this was very interesting times. 2006 is when these came out. Now, 2006, the internet isn't quite what it is today. It was getting there. It was a lot better than the late 90s, of course. Every year, constant learnings, constant improvements, as we always say. But the internet was not quite there. So things like this, and if you guys remember the 2-packs, the Jakks Classic Superstar 2-packs were also Toys R Us exclusives. And if you remember back to those videos, there was no announcement from Jakks. There was no publicity, hey, these are coming out. They just showed up at retail one day, and then usually on the WFIGS board, Wrestling Figure Forum board, search them up, still going today. They even had a thread about me the other day I saw. I was very thankful to you guys. I guess a lot of nice things said in there, and then people say that I'm terrible and have a terrible figure collection and stuff like that. And people can say that too if they want to, whatever you want to say. But I'm still on the WFIGS board, been on there for a long time, under a couple multiple accounts, but I've been there for a long time. But usually that's how I was alerted to the tag team sets and then to the Deluxe Classic sets. People would post, hey, look what I found. And as I've said in those 2-pack sets, California always seemed to be the ones to get them first with Jakks. And I think maybe that's Jakks offices over in California. There was something to that. I don't know distribution on the Jakks end, how that went, but it was always California that seemed to arrive first on this stuff. And that's how I was alerted to the set. And if my memory serves me correctly, I don't remember any publicity, any type of, hey, these are coming out, these are coming soon, because they're a Toys R Us exclusive. Toys R Us bought these from Jakks. They ordered X amount, whatever it is. Jakks said, we don't need to promote these like we do the traditional classics that we're selling in Kmart's, we're selling in KB, we're selling in Toys R Us, Target. You get the point. They got to promote those because those are growing everywhere. This is a direct buy from Toys R Us for an exclusive. Jakks says, I'm going to spend my money on stuff that I need to promote to move through our warehouse. This is a guaranteed sale through to Toys R Us. That's how the mind works on just not that, but hammers, food, you name it. A lot of stuff relates across the board. But I remember seeing these pictures and just being shocked. And it was funny as back then you always were in disbelief. And I guess things haven't changed because people see things that are new they didn't know about. That's fake. That's photoshopped. But especially back then, that seemed to be more the case. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that still goes on today. But I just remember back then even more so because you didn't even know this line existed. So to be surprised like that was a bit surprising. I got to tell you, put my 2006 hat on. But put my 2021 hat on and later 2006 hat, man, I was in love because I do love the Deluxe Aggression figures. I get it. They're not for everybody. There's a lot of people that hate them. A lot of people say, oh, they're terrible. But once again, you put that 2006 hat on, or 2005, whenever the Ruthless Aggression Deluxe Aggression figures came out, the regular lines, Those are an action figure that really set the stage for what we have today, if you think about it. Before that, you had traditional Ruthless Aggression, Titantron, R3, going back to Bone Crunchers, and all the way back to your LJNs, for example. Deluxe Aggression figures brought the super articulation to the mainstream that Mattel perfected and brought better, and now we see AEW trying to get in there, doing a lot of good things. They got some ways to go, but they're going to get there too. You got Super 7. A lot of the articulation here was brought through the Deluxe Aggression line. So you got to say, hey, you got to start somewhere. You look back in 2006, these look great. A lot of people do complain about these figures, say they're too jacked up, they're too superhero-esque, but that's hard. It's all relative. If they're all the same in the line, it's not as bad. But everybody has their opinion. Everybody likes things that they like and things that they don't, as you guys know. But I never had a big problem with these. This was another great line. I said, hey, I'm a Classic Superstars completist. I should be a Deluxe Classic Superstars completist. And man, I'm glad I did, because a lot of these figures have really skyrocketed in value, especially the exclusives that we will get to in future weeks. So be prepared for that. So I wanted to make sure we set the stage a little bit before we got into this. So this video will be a little longer than some of the other ones just because of that reason. But a fun line, a fun set, and we're going to jump into it. So let's kick it off. Let's take a look at Jakks Deluxe Classics Series 1. All right, Jakks Classic Superstars Series 1, might as well begin with Hulk Hogan. One of my favorite Hulk Hogan figures of all time. I believe I did my Hulk Hogan top 10 list on the channel. Check out the video, search that. Every Thursday we have a top 5, top 10 list. I did Hulk Hogan, of course, as a top 10, and this was in my top 10 list, as this is one of my all-time favorite figures. Yes, it's the Deluxe. It's a Deluxe version of Hulk Hogan, but the soft tearaway shirt, phenomenal on this one. The title belts. Now, you've heard me talk many a times through many a Jakks Classic Superstars video. My favorite title belts that we've ever had, I'm talking AEW, I'm talking Mattel, I'm talking all of Jakks, I'm talking Hasbro LJN. My favorite title belts from a major toy manufacturer are the Jakks Deluxe Aggression Classic Superstars, of course, belts. Phenomenal belts. These are the best belts going. I absolutely love them. I wish we could get these to this day and age. Just absolutely fabulous belts. And this one on Hulk Hogan, does anything seem more right? Well, maybe it was on the Ultimate Warrior. There you go. But I absolutely love this Hulk Hogan figure. Just phenomenal. I love the screaming head scan. Like I said, the tearaway shirt, the title belt, the red and yellow. Awesome. Awesome. That's how you start a line, and you're going to hear that maybe a few more times. I'll try not to say it, but this is how you kick off a Series 1. You throw the heaviest of heavy hitters, you make a mark, you make an imprint, and guess what? You sell a lot of units. That's how you get Series 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and beyond, and that's what we're going to get into in future weeks. But let's do this like the other Jakks videos. Let's take a look at the packaging. Well, let's talk about it. There's the old Hulkster right there, looking only like he can look. I love how he's muscled up in there. And then there's another cool feature of these. Behind him, you can see a little bit of a ring apron going on back there. Well, that's because these came with ring aprons for your Jakks ring. So it was a nice little throw-in, a little accessory that, you know, was pretty cool. I thought that was always a good idea. There was many different ring aprons through different figures. I just thought it was very cool. And, of course, there's that title belt there that I love so much. There's the old Hulkster. And then you got Hulk Hogan on the side right here. What's this say here? Authentic ring skirt included. So you get the little starburst right here. Of course, I do also love, so we know this packaging. The packaging size is identical to Jakks Classic Superstars, the traditional figures. The top, very similar. Got that green, gold, and black. And then you got the Starburst here. And we'll talk about that in future sets. Is one thing about this line, like a lot of Classic Superstars, the Starburst was usually the first thing to get damaged. And there was some issues with some of these sets via Toys R Us getting severely damaged. But like I said, more to come in future videos on that. But from the top up, it looks pretty legit, but then you see right here, it's got the word Deluxe, so it's the Deluxe Classic going on. And then you get this kind of burnt orange look to really make it different, and you can spot these a mile away. You're walking down the aisle, you can see the traditional black Classic Superstars, and then you see this little orange. Uh-oh, they got some of the Deluxe Classics in, so you'd always look for that a little bit. On the side, now this is once again where I said this was groundbreaking. We have Mattel, we have the super articulation Mattel gave us, but we got it here first with this Jakks. And on the side, they're pointing it out. They got these little circle pictures, so you got Hogan right here bent over a little bit, you got him doing the super leg drop, and then you got him doing a kick, a ninja kick, because the Hulkster, known for his ninja kicks, as we all know. So you get a little playability. Shows, hey, these are really articulated. You can really get after these ones if you want to. So they're really, touting what these figures can do. And then on the back, we got all kinds of cool stuff. Kinda. You see below, you got Deluxe Classic Series 1. We're going to go through that whole set, so we're going to talk about all of those today. Here, you got the UPC, you got the warnings, all that kind of stuff we're used to. You got a big old glamour shot of the Hulkster, and then you got him shooting his little pose back there, and then you got that same background with the shadow. A little bit empty on that back packaging, I think, but then you got the classic logo, of course. You got a little red box squared out, a little tail of the tape like we're used to. It's really good packaging it does have callbacks to the classic Superstars, but it has a little bit of a twist for the Deluxe. So I am a fan of this packaging. I liked it since the get-go, and I still like it after all these years. I do think the packaging holds up on this one. See what it says about the Hulkster here. Debuted in 1978, 275 pounds, 6'7". Finishing move, the old leg drop. Titles, WWE Champion, WCW Champion, WWE Hall of Fame inductee. Now, it also has in French on the packaging here. So, I'm not sure. One of you European viewers can say, where did you pick these up? There's probably other places, but I know it was Toys R Us in America and Canada as an exclusive for this area. But very, very cool, very, very solid. Hulk Hogan, say what you want about him, but I think he's on about everybody's Mount Rushmore of wrestling. It's hard not to put him on there for what he's done. He couldn't beat the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6. I mean, you got to throw that out there, of course. But the Hulkster, what a way to kick off Deluxe Classic Mania in Series 1. All right, just naturally fitting, we go from Hulk Hogan to one of his mortal enemies, going back to the WWF, into WCW, and then back to the WWF a little bit. And we're talking about that hot Scot. We're talking about one of my all-time favorites. We're talking about Roddy Piper. Another Hall of Famer, another heavy hitter in Series 1 Deluxe Classic. I love Piper. I love getting Piper, but I have to admit I was pretty underwhelmed with this one. As you can see, Roddy Piper, just straight wrestling gear here. There's no kilt, no soft goods kilt, no soft goods hot rod, Panther shirt, anything like that. No bagpipes. Not a lot going on here. We do get his Intercontinental title belt. We'll never forget that big win over the Mountie back in the day. Oh boy, what a time to be alive that was. But a little bit plain for Piper. They really should have done some more with this. I know there's probably budgets. Hulk Hogan got a soft goods shirt. Austin got a vest. Flair got a robe, of course. It's just kind of a shame we didn't get a Deluxe Piper out of this. And I've always been saying, I've been championing it for 2 years now. Mattel, we need an Ultimate Edition Roddy Piper. Get that one to us. Give us a great head sculpts. Give us 3 great head sculpts. Let's see it. But Roddy Piper, absolutely love Piper. I was happy to get this, but like I said, a bit underwhelmed with this one. Just kind of is what it is. It's got a pretty decent mean mugging face, though. He's got that kind of growl, frown going on there. He's ready for battle in the package, but very, very plain Jane. I think we could all admit that. We got the Deluxe Classic packaging, all that. Now, he does have the black wrist tape here. I guess, yeah, black. I was going to say blue. He has the black wrist tape here. Now, we know the Classic Superstars line has many variants and a lot of weird ones with wrist tapes and things like that. This one's no different. There are some of these out there with white wrist tape, so FYI, I guess if you have one, maybe check, because if you asked me, I couldn't tell you which one I had off the top of my head until I looked for this video, but white and black wrist tapes on this Piper, I don't think it really affects the price a whole lot. As a completist, I don't really view that as being that big of a deal, but maybe you're different. Everybody's got their own rules in collecting, as you know. I talked about how much I love the title belt on the Hulkster. I love this Intercontinental title belt just as much. Well, pretty close, we'll put it that way, but it's really good detail on this one. I absolutely love it. Got Roddy Piper, his name on the side. Much different than the traditional up and down that we saw in the regular Classic Superstars. It's more framed out in a box here with the orange background. Got glamour shots of Piper, and then you got the 3 little bubbles down there showing what Piper can do. What can he do? And what can he do? Oh, he can kick, he can punch, and he can look down very angrily. He can do all 3 of those things. It says so right on the package, so you got to trust the package. Trust the packaging. UPC's warnings at the bottom, cross-sell of TRU Series 1 as well, and then you got Piper up top. 2 different pictures of Piper, Classics logo, and then you got the tail of the tape. You got the square blurb. Let's see what it says about old Roddy Piper. Debuted 1972, 235 pounds, 6'2", finishing move, the old sleeper, Intercontinental Champion, WWE Hall of Fame inductee. So Roddy Piper coming in hot in Series 1, just a little bit underwhelming, but we still got Piper in the deluxe set. Who do we got next? Stay tuned. All right, next up, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin. I told you guys, Hall of Famers abound in Series 1. They kicked it off with a hot start. Nobody hotter than Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, he wasn't too far removed from the old Attitude Era. People were still having Austin Mania, and we were getting it in figure form in a lot of different ways from Jakks, including our Classic Superstars, the Deluxe Edition. Of course, I have a loose one of this one as well. He does come with a smoking skull belt. I think that is an extremely nice touch. We had a little bit of issue with this one as far as gear, as I'll remember a lot of feedback. There was a lot of people that were negative on the Piper for the reasons we talked about, but there was some negativity on this Austin when it came out as well, as people wanted the traditional black and white Austin on the vest and the skulls, all that, and I totally get that, and stay tuned, we'll talk more about that one in the future. But we kicked it off with the red version. I don't know, say what you want, say what you will. Obviously I like the other version of the white better, but this is cool enough, and it was cool to get in this. And once again, heavy hitters abound in this set. Nobody bigger than Stone Cold, another guy that's probably on most people's Mount Rushmores of wrestling greats of all time. Had to have a loose one of these as well, so there you go. But let's look at the packaging. There's old Stone Cold, looking only like Stone Cold could look, doing his thing back there. Always cool to see Stone Cold. You got the nice vest. Unfortunately, not soft goods vest. It is the plastic vest we've seen before, and some do have the Jakks sticky disease, so watch out for that. There's videos on the channel how to fix that sticky disease if you need some help. Remember that. Once again, the title belt there. Absolutely love the title belt. You got Stone Cold framed out on the side right here. You got the Deluxe Classics up top as usual. Glamour shot on the side. Then we got the three little pictures there just showing what Austin can do. Man, the things he can do. He can do a sweet kick. He can do a leg drop just like Hulk Hogan. And he can look at his feet like all the other guys. Series 1, Austin. Great head sculpt. I know a lot of people say, I don't like the heads on Jakks figures. You know, yeah, every line has some bad ones. Look at Trish Stratus Mattel at the end of last year. Everybody has some bad stuff, but man, Jakks, more times than not to me, really killed it on the heads. They really did, and this Austin one is no different. On the back, as we've seen, UPC's warnings, cross-sells, glamour shots of Austin, of course the box with the blurb. Let's see what it says about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Debuted 1989. What a year 1989 was. Remember that year the Oakland A's won the World Series? Oh, what a time to be alive. 255 pounds, 6'2", Stone Cold Stunner, WWE Champion, and Intercontinental Champion. Very, very solid Stone Cold. Not the best in the line, but pretty close. Pretty close. And we got more Stone Cold to come in this line, including one of the all-time Mount Rushmore wrestling figures in a lot of people's collections. So stay tuned for that one in a few weeks. But there it is. Don't trust anybody. Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, Deluxe Classic Superstar Series 1 rolls on with another heavy hitter, a future Hall of Famer, no doubt, and maybe the most popular wrestler of all time when things are said and done. You got to think there's a lot of people that love him from his movie career, not just the wrestling career. We're talking about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, of course. We've got The Rock here in Series 1. Like I said, a heavy hitter set. There's no doubt about it. I do have a loose version of this one as well. It does come with the world title belt. I gotta say, though, as far as the figures in this set go, Rock is my least favorite out of the lineup. It's just not the version of The Rock I really like, and I couldn't tell you what is my favorite version of The Rock. I'd really have to do the pen to the paper. Maybe that'd be a good Kyle Peterson top 5 or top 10 list, as I'd really have to go through my Rock figures and find out which one, because nothing stands out as my favorite. Nothing really stands out as my least favorite, but I'm just not sure this one would be in a top 5 or top 10 list. But it is The Rock. You see this, you know exactly who that is, so you can't doubt that it's a figure that doesn't look like him. It does look like him. He's got The Rock right there in his tights. Like I said, it comes with the title belt, of course. And you got The Rock ready to go. He's got his elbow pads. He's got his knee pads on. He's ready to rock. He's ready to roll. He's ready to star in Young Rock. Yeah, who knows? But you got The Rock on the side there. And then, of course, you got the glamour shot on the other side. And then you got the three little poses. Of course, he can karate kick. Of course, he can look at his feet. And, of course, he can do the people's elbow. Yes, he can. Very interesting there. I like that a lot. And then the back, of course, you got the cross-sell. You got the UPCs. You got the warnings. And you got two glamour shots of The Rock with that shadow and that orange kind of pattern, almost plaid-type pattern in the background. Just very good packaging. Let's see what it says about our friend The Rock. Debuted 1995, 275 pounds, 6'5". Finishing move, the rock bottom, people's elbow, titles, WWE Champion, WCW Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, World Tag Team Champion, and Intercontinental Champion. I think he can call his shot when he wants to go into the Hall of Fame, is my guess at this point. So The Rock, we've got a million Rock figures. Well, here's another one, and this time in the Classic Superstars Deluxe line, the Toys R Us exclusive. We got one left. Did I save the best for last? All right, Series 1 continues with a bang with one of the all-time greats, definitely on my Mount Rushmore of wrestlers of all time. We're talking about the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Ric Flair, no stranger to Jakks Classic Superstars lines, but of course, like all these guys, their first time in the Deluxe Classics line, and not his last, so stay tuned for that. But fabulous. Like I said, how Piper didn't have quite the accessories I wanted. Ric Flair, on the other hand, he's ready to go. He's got his patented robe, and a Ric Flair without a robe just feels like a weird figure to me in this day and age. And it would have back then, but luckily we got this nice, beautiful red robe. Very similar to what we got in, what was that, Classic Superstars Series 2? Off the top of my head, I believe that's correct. But a different one, a different head sculpt. This is Ric Flair with a flowing mane. This is NWA champion Ric Flair. I believe that's the same title belt. Yes, he's got the big gold title there. Just absolutely phenomenal. I wish I had a loose version of this, maybe one of those days. He's got his Royal Rumble background there for the ring skirt. As we all know, like I said earlier, these come with ring skirts you can use with your ring, if you so are inclined to. But just beautiful butterfly pattern on this robe. Just a fabulous, fabulous figure, this Ric Flair. And once again, another Hall of Famer. I don't know if there's ever been a better lineup. I guess some people might say Basic 100, Mattel Basic 100. Those were all heavy hitters in that set. I don't know. But for my money, this very well could be the best set as far as Hall of Famers, big names in a total set. I'd have to think about it. I'd have to do the math. Maybe you guys can give me yours in the comments down below. But this has got to be in the discussion for sure. Ric Flair on the side there. You got Series 1. You got the three little things down here. What's he doing here? He's looking at his feet. He's doing some ninja kicks, and he's kind of dancing around. I think he's honky-tonkin' or something like that. Then you got the glamour shot as well. Deluxe Classic, you got the Starburst. We know it. We love it. And, of course, the back. You've got the blurb there. We'll read that in a second. You got two glamour shots, the Deluxe Classic logo, the cross-sell, the warnings, and the UPC. Let's see what it says about old Nature Boy Ric Flair. Debuted 1972, 243 pounds, 6'1", finishing move, the Figure 4 leg lock. Titles, WWE Champion, Heavyweight Champion, Intercontinental Champion, WCW Champion. And one guy that likes to style and profile. Absolutely phenomenal figure. Just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely love this figure. Amazing, amazing, amazing figure. A must-have. One of these days I'm going to do my top 10 or top 5 Ric Flair figures. This very well could make the list. I guess stay tuned for that in the future. But that's it. That's Jakks Deluxe Classic Series 1. I think we'd all agree a heavy, heavy hitter set. That's how you make a stamp. That's how you make a mark in a first series to get it going by fire. How do you top this with Series 2? That's what you want the consumer to be asking, and that's what you should be asking right now is how will Kyle top this next week when he does Deluxe Classic Series 2, the Toys R Us exclusive? Only one way to find out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell and you won't miss a video. I promise you won't. So make sure you do all that. Share the video, of course. Nobody gets mad at you if you share the video. So share the Classic Superstars videos. Share all the videos on the channel. Why not? And of course, follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel. That's truly the best way to support the channel. Pick up a t-shirt, the old Kyle Peterson t-shirt. So there it is. Deluxe Classic Series 1. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be back next week with another Deluxe Classic video and, of course, daily videos on the channel. So there it is for Classic Superstars, Deluxe Classic Superstars Series 1. I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.